All right, boom. The process when it comes to my creative writing, my songs, and how I come about getting my lyrics, right? First and foremost, off the rip, it's the music, sound frequency, the beats. You know what I mean? When I listen to music, I let it immerse my whole body, my soul. You know what I mean? I really take time to listen to everything. The tone, the sounds, the bass lines, all the instruments. I take it all in. You know what I mean? I embody it all. I'm a sucker for the piano, strings, and the bass line. Again, right? I listen to it. I let it go through my ears, down to my shoulders, my arms, my legs, my feet. I take it all in. I straight embody it all, right? I'm in search for a certain feeling. And I only know that feeling when I feel it, right? It's hard to explain, but I know when I get that feeling, this is something that I have to create to. Um, Once I've downloaded the music into my head and I got this beat stored, I move on to the lyrics. Now, first, before I move on to the lyrics, let me just say, music is something I feel everybody needs. Everybody has music in their life. I don't know what this world would be if it wasn't no music, right? It can take you high, it can take you low, it can make you sad, happy. It just play with your emotions like no other, like nothing else can, right? So once I got this beat downloaded into my soul, you know what I mean? How can I describe it? Let me say it's like a switch, right? I got this beat playing and I hit this switch and words and phrases just start falling down once I turn this switch on. And I can visually see these words and phrases in my head. And again, at the same time, I got this beat going. So what I do is I look for certain words and phrases that I could put together, and I keep that in mind in hopes of finding a combination that'll grab the listener's attention. And once I feel I got this line or whatever, these few words, phrases together, and I got a nice line, I cut that switch off. And then I switch over to the paper. And then I just start playing with different lyrics, different combination of words. You know what I mean? Trying to get a good flow, trying to get a storyline, trying to make it all flow together. And pretty much from there on, it's just smooth sailing. I got it. I mean, back to my school days, my early school days, I was always a good writer. Like English class, social studies, anything with creative writing, expressing myself with pen and paper, I excelled in. I was nice with it. You know what I mean? I always got the best grades in those type of classes, those type of activities. Especially essay writing. When it came to like exams, state tests, and we had to write exams. We had to write essays. I always smashed it. Always got high scores in those. So I always been a good writer, good thinker, and all that. Another story when I was up north in Washington Correctional Facility, right? My man used to always be like, "Yo, nice be writing my peoples, my shorty and all that." And they be like, "Yo, why you write so much? Like how do you do that shit? Like I can't think of." They be like, "I can't think of shit to say." I just be like, "Yo, you gotta just act like you having a conversation. Just act like they there and you just conversating with them." Know what I mean? So boom. So that's what I used to tell them. Another time, I came home from up north from a parole violation, Clinton, and I got home. I was up there. Matter of fact, I was in Clinton, Dannemora, New York. I was there with Shine, one of the dudes who killed Malcolm X. There was a lot of high profile dudes up in there. But anyway, that's another story for another time. I mean, as I progress in my artistry and my music, I'm gonna give you little bits and pieces of me. I mean, but like I said, it's another story for another time. But when I came home, My PO was like, yo, what you gonna do? You gonna work? You going back to school? Because if you think you gonna be hustling and shit, I'll send your ass back right now. So I'm like, damn, school. So it's like once you put something, it's like you plant a seed in my shit. I jump at it. So I'm like, I'm gonna try school. So I applied for community college, right? I got in. Now you know about community college. Before you can go after the profession or getting the career you want to do, you got to take prerequisites to get your grades up to where they need to be before you can even, you know what I'm saying, try to pursue anything. So they put me in this one writing class, right? And the teacher gave us an assignment. I don't know if she wanted us to write an essay or a story. It was about these 3 boys, whatever, and you had to take one of these characters and you had to write about them as if it was you. Like create a story or whatever. I can't exactly remember what it was, but that's what the assignment was. So everybody got their character and I got mine. So boom, I'm killing it. I'm writing it, whatever. Boom, like 2 days later in the week, or maybe even the next week, we back in the class and she had everybody get up and present their essay to everybody. So I got up there, I did my thing, whatever. And yo, when I'm telling you, like everybody was just like so just locked in. Know what I mean? I had them laughing, just everybody was just locked in, yo. It was crazy. So after the joint, she put me to the side. She was like, "Yo, did you just graduate from high school? Did you just like that was amazing." I'm like, "Nah, I ain't been in school in years." Know what I mean, mind you, I'm in like my 20s right now. So I'm like, "Nah." So boom, that was that. So say about another couple classes later or whatever, she came back again and was like, "Yo, I was talking to another teacher in a more advanced writing class, and we together think that this class right here is not for you. You need to be somewhere more advanced." I'm like, wow. I mean, but it wasn't really a surprise because I already know how I get down with the pen. I'm saying I've always been just good with writing, expressing myself. So that was that. But when I write my lyrics, my songs, I always keep in mind about the essay format. You know what I mean? You got the introduction, you got the body, which consists of like 3 paragraphs, and then you got the conclusion. So when I write my joints, I always keep that in mind. I always use that format as a template, kind of like, you know what I mean, to get my lyrics. So that's pretty much how I get my lyrics. And in between all of that, and I mean, I take stuff out, I put stuff in, I mess around with it to try to just make it all flow good to the best of my ability. I mean, I had a rough past from an early age, from selling drugs early, in the streets early. I seen a lot early, did a lot early. I mean, so many experiences at a very young age. You know what I'm saying? I was in and out of all kind of shit, guns, everything, you name it, shootings, all that. So I take all of that experience and I mix it with everything I've been learning in like this new phase that I've been in for some nice years now. I mean, over 7-8 years now of just studying, reading, researching, just isolating myself and just taking in as much knowledge, as much everything as I can. You know what I mean? Like my mind is just open. So I try to incorporate my past experiences as well as everything I'm learning now. And that's how I pretty much come up with my songs. So I know when you be listening to my shit sometimes, some people might be like, "Yo, what this nigga Job talking about?" But it comes from probably something that I read, something that resonated with me, something that's dear to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ever come across any of my music and you like, "Yo, what is he talking about?" Best believe it's coming from something I learned. And just hit me like, "Yo," you know what I'm saying? Hit me like, "Yo, Job, what is you talking about? What's this line about right here in this song?" And I'll get back to you. You know what I mean? But that's the gist of how I come up with my music, how I write my songs and my lyrics. You know what I mean? Yo, Hunger Pains, along with all my other music, is on all, you know what I'm saying, music platforms. I got a video coming soon. Yo, just stay in tune. You know what I mean? We gonna get there. Believe that. 1.